Something exciting is happening! There's something this month called Bookish September, which is a month-long readathon. It's kind of more of a chill, relaxed readathon because there are 7 challenges like most readathons, but it takes place over an entire month. So 7 books in a month for some people is normal. For me it is not. I read 3 usually in a month. Sometimes I might read 4, depending on how good they are or how short they are. So 7 is still a bit of a challenge for me, but I think I can do it if I put my mind to it. It's basically just for people who are going back to school to try and, try and get them to stay in the reading mode, to not get too caught up in school starting and still be able to enjoy reading, which is great. And I don't have school. I've been done school forever, and basically once school starts, work will be not busy for me anymore because I work at Staples, so back to school stuff is, busy with people buying school supplies and everything. But I still think it's great anyway, and I'm excited to take part because it's going to be fun. I will post the links of the channels of all the people who are hosting down below so you can check out their videos, find out more information about it if you want to. Pretty sure they're all doing giveaways on their own channels as well, plus there's going to be stuff on Instagram, and it's just going to be loads of fun. So first, before we get into the challenges, the first book I'll be reading probably is Blue Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. While I film this though, it's August 30th, so I still have like a day and a bit to read this before September starts, but I'm not that far. These books, I adore these books. I love them so much, but they're not as fast reads for me. I feel like they're a little bit more dense than other reads, so I will probably still be reading this when September starts, but hopefully it won't take me too long. So the first challenge for Bookish September is to reread a favorite book. And this is a book that I've been wanting to start rereading. I've wanted to reread the whole series for a while now, but it's been difficult because I have so many books I need to read for the first time. But this challenge just made me say, yes, I'm going to do it. And that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I only read this series once, and that needs to change. And because I've seen the movies so many times, most, not all, but most of my knowledge of Harry Potter is based on the movies. And that also needs to change. So I'm excited. I know I'll get through this really quickly. I'll probably read it in a day or something, so I'm really excited. It's also funny that my pages are totally brown. I've had this book for a while. I got it in grade 7, which was a really long time ago. We'll just move on. The next challenge is to read a book you recently purchased. So I'm going to read Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella. I didn't purchase this book. My boyfriend got it for me. We both bought each other presents. I bought him some vintage movie posters and he bought me this book, and he picked it out himself too, which I think is cute because I love Sophie Kinsella. That's why I picked it out, because he knows I like Sophie Kinsella. But this is her first YA book, and I'm really interested and excited to read it. I feel like I'll be able to read this pretty quickly as well because it's pretty short, and her books are great. The next 2 challenges, I feel like I have a book for each of them, but they could like kind of swap challenges with each other. I feel like they're kind of sharing and interchangeable. It is to read a book from your favorite genre and to read a book with a pretty cover. And so I have Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea by April Genevieve Tucholke and Rain by Amanda Sun. Because they both have beautiful covers, I love them both. And my favorite genre, which I feel like isn't really specific to a genre, but my favorite type of books are books that include real life and not real life. So it's like a mix of our world and a different world, or our world and people who are otherworldly, or something like that. So like this is about a devil guy, and this is about a guy who can draw things that come to life. So yes. The next challenge is to read a book that you know nothing about. So I have decided to read The Night Journal by Elizabeth Crook. I know nothing about this book. I bought it at a library book sale where you could fill up a grocery bag of books for $5, and I just bought it because I thought it had a pretty cover. It didn't cost me any extra to add it to my bag, so I did. So I know 0 about this book, so we'll see how this goes. The next challenge is to read a book with a darker theme, and I'm not sure if this is a darker theme. I think it is. 17 and Gone by Nova Ransuma. It's about girls who are going missing, I think, and a girl who goes missing herself, or a girl who finds out what's happening to the missing people, or is looking for the missing people. I don't know. But Missing Girls is kind of dark, right? So this will match. I also love the cover. It's all like soft and smooth and matte and beautiful. I love matte covers. Actually, my favorite covers are a mix between matte and glossy, and which this actually is. It's, ooh, that's really cool. It's like a matte cover, but the writing is glossy, and when you like, you can't tell, but the writing shimmers on it. And that's my fave. But yeah, just a little tidbit there for you. And the last challenge is to read a book that you really want to read. And a few of my books that I own I really want to read, which is good. All of the books I own should be books I really want to read. But it is The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. I haven't read anything by her except for her story in Let It Snow, which I loved. It was my favorite story in the book. And this one is also dark, I think, because it's about, like, a Jack the Ripper copycat, or a ghost of Jack the Ripper. Because it's about a girl who I think can see ghosts, and she saw the murder happen or something, and she has to like help solve the murders or something. It sounds like fun, but it also sounds dark. So this could also be a dark book. One. I can't speak properly, apparently. So anyway, that is my TBR for Bookish September, and I'm excited. Yeah. I guess that's all. Bye.